Things looking up for tourism on the island. Men's issues come into focus, and Tobago attracts significant interest at Berlin Tourism Trade Show.
Info
Update.
bringing you the latest
News, views, and reviews.
Along with responses
comments and events
affecting you.
brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
The face-to-face community meeting series continues to address concerns and provide information to communities across Tobago. On Thursday, officials headed to Buku Mount Pleasant.
Secretary for Tourism and Transportation Tracy Davidson Celestin says things are looking up for Tobago's tourism sector. One community member asked the Deputy Chief Secretary about a decline in visitors to the island, but Mrs. Davidson Celestin says this is not so.
If it is that you are measuring cruise visitor arrivals to the destination, we have seen a significant increase over the last 2 years, or 3 years rather. We have moved from about 16,000 passengers to about 90,000 passengers to date. If it is that you are talking about the number of persons that stay over in the hotels and the bed and breakfast and guest houses, it's approximately 590,000 persons by our last count.
The Secretary says this figure compares favorably with many other islands in the region. Also at the community meeting, Chief Secretary Orville London was asked about the THA's measures to curb corruption.
That exercise is continuing. In fact, we recognize that you cannot have an environment where you're attempting to ramp out corruption except you have a situation where everybody is involved. So subsequent to involving the people in the assembly, we then involve the business community.
Mr. London says potential THA suppliers were invited to a meeting to explain to them what practices are acceptable going forward. I'm Kern De Freitas for Info Update.
There's a program that's all about men and focused on helping them understand their roles in society. Caroline Wallace brings us the details.
Changes are coming to the Matchomans program. Mr. Ansel Dennis, the Assistant Secretary of Community Development and Culture, says the redesign will make the program more efficient given budget constraints. The program is geared towards finding resolutions to issues affecting men in today's society.
We decided to have this program on 2 days. On May the 15th, we're going to have a fun day, and the title of that will be Man, Better Man. And on June the 20th, there will be a mentoring conference. The title of that will be Mentoring Men's Mentality, Boys to Men, at the Collar Hall Community Center.
Mr. Dennis says this initiative will foster healthy discussions and to look at solutions to some of the problems men are facing in society.
The aim really is to improve the stock of males that we have on the island in terms of them taking greater responsibility in leadership, in their families, in their communities, etc.
Mr. Dennis is hoping for a strong turnout at the event. I'm Caroline Wallace for Info Update.
Marketing Destination Tobago is a crucial part of attracting visitors to the island. Omadara Mills tells us about the island's representation at a popular tourism trade show.
Developing relationships in different markets is a critical part of expanding the tourism sector. The Secretary for Tourism and Transportation, Mrs. Tracy Davidson Celestin, says the 2016 ITB Berlin Tourism Trade Show was an important event for Tobago. Mrs. Davidson Celestin says Tobago is a repeat exhibitor at the event, which features more than 180 countries and over 10,000 exhibitors. This makes it the ideal place to attract new business.
Our goal, the Tobago's goal, was to capitalize on the opportunity and to get Tobago in the minds of the German residents, and eventually to get more Germans to come to the destination.
The Secretary says discussions at the trade show has attracted interest in Tobago from 4 major airlines. I'm Omadara Mills for Info Update.
That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Josanne Brassi, and you've been listening to Info Update.